Hi, welcome to my channel as TJ Inspired by SABRINAHTYNISHA, and today we're going to be talking about enjoying our singleness. Alright, so a lot of us are ashamed of being single, but honestly, I'm not sure why. But it's hard to value something that you have no true understanding of. But I'm here to start off by saying that a lot of us are constantly comparing ourselves to those who are in a relationship. But I'm here to also mention that who's to say that that relationship really truly embodies the true definition of love? You don't really know. A lot of us see all these cute pictures that people are posting on social media, and then we're like, okay, wow, like, why can't that be me? Or, oh my God, here she go posting her man again. Or, oh my God, he done moved on to the next girl. But you have to understand that that is somebody else's life and someone else's journey. And what people post on social media or what people like to portray their life as isn't always what it seems. People lie a lot, and people will do anything to make themselves look good. But that's why you have to understand that just because it may look good, that doesn't mean that that's the reality of their life. And I'm also here to mention that, have you ever thought maybe it's that person's season? That person probably been struggling with your friend, your relative, or that homegirl or homeboy that you thought that you knew very well. You probably don't even really understand or know that they may have been struggling with self-love for the longest. And it's finally their season. It's finally their time to have a partner where they can start posting pictures and they can finally allow someone to come into their life and love onto them in the way that they need to be loved, in the way that God wants them to be loved. Stop comparing yourself and stop thinking that there is something wrong with you, because there isn't anything wrong with you. Value your singleness, enjoy your singleness, and allow and use that time and moment to really, prepare for the blessings that you've been praying for. And whether that's a relationship or anything else, when God has a calling onto your life, it's important for you to just focus on your journey and your journey alone. Everyone's calling is different. Everyone's season is different. Everyone's timing and time frame is completely different. And at times when you're comparing yourself to those who are in a relationship, some people will definitely hate being single. So what they would do is they would rush getting into a relationship. And you think being single is bad, but being in a relationship that you hate is worse. For example, I had a friend in college. She always compared herself to people who were in a relationship. For example, she always talked about her roommate and how her boyfriend was always over, and how much she loved her, how much she loved him, and she just wanted their union so bad. So she rushed into her own relationship, and the foundation from the very start was a little rocky. And because it was rocky, she didn't really take her time to really know him and get to know what he really consisted of and his true intention. The relationship didn't really last long. And had she just waited for her time, had she just waited on God's timing and had faith in what God could do in her life and wait for God to send her person, she never would have had to really experience that. So take your time and understand that just because someone else may be in a relationship or someone else seems happy, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you, and that doesn't mean that your time isn't coming. I would much rather be by myself than to be in a relationship where I feel alone, where I feel disrespected, and where I feel that I'm just not good enough. It's not worth it. All right, and the next thing I really want to mention, this is for the people who love very, very hard out there. Sometimes God will keep you single so you can really fulfill your purpose. Because he knows you. God knows all of his kids better than, we sometimes than we know ourselves. But he knows that if you were in a relationship, you will be distracted. You will not fulfill your purpose. Because on earth, we have our earthly duties. And when you are in a relationship, you have to divide your earthly duties and your relationship duties. Meaning your earthly duties are your individual duties, the duties that you have for yourself, the things that you need to get done for yourself, your relationship with God, and the roles that you play in other people's lives, like your parents, your siblings, or relatives or friends. And then your romantic duties, those are your duties between you and your partner. You have to make sure that your partner is satisfied in different ways. Your partner is okay, and whether that's emotionally, financially, any other way. And sometimes that can be a lot, and that can take away from, you building yourself as a person. And when you're when you're in a relationship, there's a lot of interdependence that needs to go on. You can't just, for example, you can't just go to Orlando for 3 days for the weekend or whatever and not consult with your partner. That's just straight up disrespectful. That doesn't mean that you have to tell your partner, or you have to answer to your partner in every way, but that's just a respect thing that you have to give your partner. But when you're single and you're on your own, you don't really have anyone to really answer to, except for maybe your job or God, or a few friends or your parents, whoever you are. But when you're in a relationship, that's a different type of person that you have to answer to. That's someone that you really have to respect, and you have to avoid arguments. Because I'm sorry, if my boyfriend went to Orlando for 3 days and he didn't tell me, just know when he comes back home, he's no longer my boyfriend. I'm just kidding. We just gonna have to talk it out. Just know it's gonna be some issues, because it's not that, I'm not just saying that he has to listen to me. It's just a respect thing that needs to go on when you're in a relationship. And some people just aren't mentally prepared for that yet, and that's okay. But you have to value your singleness and enjoy it. And like I said, understand it, and understand that if you're not mentally prepared to deal with the interdependence, enjoy your singleness and understand that it's nothing to be ashamed of. And to everyone out there who is single, I definitely want to say that, like I said, there is nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly imperfect. And because you are perfectly imperfect, that makes you a unique individual. And not everyone deserves access to the unique individual that God has made you to be. And lastly, I just definitely want to say that God's purpose in your life isn't just to be in a relationship. It's so much more than that. And it's a lot of us, a lot of females that think that, love, being in a relationship is everything. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. You're more than that. You're more than someone's wife. You're more than someone's girlfriend. You can be there's so many things. The world is out here for you to, there's so many opportunities out there for you to really conquer. And being in a relationship is just another thing that's added to it. It's not your entire life. It's not something that's meant to sit here and complete you. It's something that's meant to be an asset to your life. Like I've been saying throughout this video, just enjoy your singleness, value it, understand it, and understand that there's nothing wrong with just being alone for this very moment and preparing up until you do finally meet your partner. I am not bashing people who are in a relationship, but I will say that if you are in a relationship, ensure that the relationship is an asset and not a liability. And as I'm saying these words, I resonate with them too, and I feel every single word that I say. And when I'm sitting here in front of this camera, it's because it's not just me giving advice to you guys or inspiring you. It's just me inspiring myself as well. And these are things that I have to remind myself when I do feel like, oh my gosh, why am I not in a relationship, or I start to question my singleness. There is, like I said, been saying this whole video, there is nothing wrong with that. Alright, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I truly appreciate your support. And like I said, enjoy your singleness. Bye!